Force, where's your
Three.
camera?
It's in your colon. 3,
Oh,
2, 1.
Ah!
3, 2, 1. Hey everyone, welcome to Zeitgeist Zealots. I'm Forrest.
Major.
Matt and Chip.
I'm gonna leave that in so everyone can see why we're. Hi guys, what's up everyone? Before we break into Invincible season 3 episode 2, I just wanted to point out I read an article that I either didn't read or have forgotten about in the last traumatic 8 years. Matt, I want to get your opinion real fast. Did you know Luke Skywalker was gay? Not that there's anything wrong with it. But did you know that in 2016, with the Hollywood Reporter, that Mark Hamill was like, just said Luke Skywalker's like totally gay, Like,
So
does that explain the blue milk?
I think I always kind of got that kind of feeling from him, but I will say this:
It was the shirt. It was the blouse.
I think the way they're quoting him and the way if you read the actual quote, it's being slightly misinterpreted, and the way he's implying he was responding to somebody, and he's like, "This is fantasy." So if in your eyes and your version interpretation of it, Luke Skywalker is gay, then he's gay.
Keep it gay, keep it gay, keep it gay.
And if not, he's not. This is all on how you perceive,
Fanfiction.
this endeavor.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
I love it. If you don't see the person have sex on camera and they kiss their sister, then
Sister.
they can be whatever they want to, right? Maybe I think someone in our group chat pointed out that kissing his sister might have turned him. No, they
no,
didn't say
so
that.
so I mean, when he
Well,
said he was
seven.
like shooting the rats, at such far, I don't think he was really saying he was shooting rats
meters.
at that distance. He was doing something else at Mos Eisley.
You think he was trying to inspire? Oh. God. All right. Anyway.
Possibly.
All right. So to Invincible. Let's do a hard. Thank you, Matt, for that.
Oh yeah. So are we
Cecil?
going to do episode 1
So
first, or do we want to do
we did episode 1. We watched it all together. If you haven't seen that, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel and find it. You can watch it there. We even have we do a watch. So this is a podcast. That episode 1 was a watch along. So that was really cool. So you can just press play, and then you can watch us talking about it over the television show where these people who get paid millions of dollars to create dialogue and content. But ours, I don't know, sometimes better, sometimes worse. What do you think about this episode, Matt?
So wait, I'm going down this rabbit hole as I'm thinking of it. Is that why he has no problem going to Old Man Kenobi's cave by himself when he's really just a teenager? And is that why he cut off his hand at the bar? I mean, there's a lot more going on here than I realized. Like,
All right, chat, comment down below if you want us to re-watch all the Star Wars and all the Luke Skywalker Star Wars. And we'll make a video.
so the quick answer though is in the expanded universe, he does marry Mara Jade and does have
Yeah, he has children.
yeah, episode 1 of Invincible. So I get out of this rabbit hole really quick. Episode 1,
Real quick.
I was frustrated with how long of a delay it's been, but right off the bat, episode 1 made up for it, and I'm really happy. And I don't think we're doing this mid-season break this year, right? Like they did last year.
Hope so.
So if they just keep going, I'm gonna be super happy
Me
because
too.
right now it's chugging along. And
Absolutely.
it's great.
It was a little woke, though. Wouldn't you agree, Matt? It was.
Well, it's my old friends, token diversity and gender stereotype.
The guy the guy calls out capitalism and there's
But at the same
later on-
time, he also hates wokeness. So it's kind of like
I'm so confused. I'm for people who didn't watch
pick a
our
lane.
last episode, I was like, is this being super woke or is this mocking wokery? I don't understand. And then later on,
You know what this reminds me of is that episode of The Simpsons where one hippie looks at the other. He's like, "Are you being sarcastic?" And he's like, "Man, I don't even know anymore."
I can't even tell. That's exactly
so
it.
it's this, yeah.
was pretty cool, right? Like, so we just came off of episode 1. What a perfect time. You know me, if you've been following the podcast, I hate interruptions in the series, right? Like Stranger Things, when they just had that random episode where 6 or 9, whatever, 11, whatever her name is, the number went off just randomly for like an entire episode, just threw off like the whole pacing of the entire season. I feel like this didn't impact the pacing at all. This was so brilliantly done. Like episode 1, at the end, Mark finds out about like Nightwing, and they're still using that evil doctor, right? To now, work for good in the Pentagon. And so episode 2, when we have like a Cecil flashback where it's like showing how Cecil like came to head the GDA, it made a lot of sense because Cecil was the same way, right? Like he had his boss that he didn't agree with. Like, what are you doing using these bad guys as good guys? Like, these bad guys should be locked up in prison. And his boss is like, oh, they can't fix their mistakes if they're in prison. They have to be like set free so they can like right their wrongs, redeem themselves. Exactly. So good guys forget what they're fighting for, and bad guys have redemption arcs. But you can't do that if you kill them, which is a theme they run along in episodes 3 and 4. But we're talking about number 2 right now. Just great writing. I'm so thoroughly impressed with this season. It is such a breath of fresh air, in my opinion. What do you guys think?
The second episode was way better, in my opinion. But go ahead, Tip. Sorry.
I was going to say, I think adding that level of like complexity nuance to like into the thinking, into the motivations of like why is Cecil the way he is? Why like, and having that bit of backstory, seeing him younger, going through what he went through, and realizing like
melting all the skin off, and then he just had one piece of skin that he leaves on. That's the scar. Like that's great backstory, which maybe was in the comic book. I don't fucking remember that story at all when I read it, but it's been years.
Yeah, I mean, it really touches on like that. Do the means justify the ends? Like, are you using like bad people to do something good, but like they get to have their fun and murder and like kill and fight, but they're also saving the world at large, Yeah,
there's this one part where they talk about
lesser of two evils.
Yeah, it is the lesser of two evils. It's also a little Operation Paperclip, if you're not familiar with that. When after World War II, the Americans came by and tried to pick up all the brilliant Nazi scientists.
Some parallels.
Yeah, right. So like this, not Dr. Simon, the other doctor that Mark hates or whatever.
D.A. Sinclair.
D.A. Sinclair, thank you. D.A. Sinclair. So like there's a quote later on where it's like we captured D.A. Sinclair. And we just gave him a bigger lab. Right? Like, he was the bad guy doing bad things, making these robots. And then we took him down. And then Cecil gave him a much bigger lab, a much bigger budget for him to do the exact same horrible things he was doing beforehand. But now he's doing it on the behest of the U.S. government, which I think...
Now, does it examine, like, what people he is using? Is he using, like convicted, like evil kind of like murderers or what?
I'm sure he's using the 300,000 missing children that came over the border. No. All right. I thought I was going to bait Matt in. Matt's going to stay quiet on that one. That's fine. No. I'm sure he's using convicted criminals. But if you guys are interested in what I'm talking about, I can't speak about it on YouTube, but you can Google the CIA and children and see if they have taken any from any other countries for their experimentations. Would not surprise me if Cecil was doing the same. Because one of the great quotes of this episode, and I think that's going to run out through the entire season, is, what does he say? You can either be the good guy or save the world, but you can't be both. Right? That's almost as good as you die a hero, you live long enough to see yourself become a villain. I think those two are like, as far as movie quotes go, like neck and neck. What do you guys think?
If you don't die a hero,
Oh, so in
live long
Batman
enough
and
to-
Batman,
I'm
they
invincible.
no, the Batman quote is if you you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. So that's the Batman Dark Knight quote, and then the Cecil quote is, and he got this from his boss, is that you can either be the good guy or save the world, but you can't do both. Which I don't know. That kind of feels that rings true to my heart, but that might just be
kind of.
that might just be
Well,
you
more
just have to do
CIA
things like-
propagation.
I think it speaks to something bigger, though, and especially the arc that Mark is going to take this season, in which when you're young and you're full of these ideas, that you're driven by idealism, you haven't been exposed to much in the world, and you think you can change everything, and then
Like Cecil?
eventually,
Young Cecil.
you're looking at Cecil's storyline, you get burnt out, or you get just busted or crushed by, the machine, by reality. In the end, he's the exact same way as he is as his boss. And I think we're going to see this. Mark, in the end, is going to find a way to justify something horrible that he does,
Ooh, episode
because
4.
he's going to find a way to, like, basically do something bad, but it's good. And he's going to slowly become Cecil. But young and ignorant, and then old and wizened, but beat down by the system.
God dang, dude, ain't that the truth?
Right. I mean, like in this entire series, he's like between the ages of 17 and like 20 or something like that. Very young.
Well, you figure he starts as a senior in high school, and now
Right.
this is supposed to be like his second year of college that he's not attending, or is he? I don't really remember.
So he's like 19, right? And as a 19-year-old, yeah, you're like, oh,
you think
people
you know
should be this way,
You got it all
and,
figured out. You're all idealistic, and which he is.
I
He's so
can work for
idealistic.
Elon Musk and destroy the U.S. government.
yeah.
Well, here's the problem: the application required you to work 80+ hours a week for free. There's no one but 20-year-olds who can do that, bro. There's no one else who's even qualified for that, dude. If
I'm sure they're being
33-year-old
compensated by
asked
somebody.
if you're well, yeah, I hope to be compensated enough to not be corrupt. That's the important part. Isn't that why we pay public officials? Is so that they don't buy fucking upgraded Turkish flight seats like New York Mayor Adams, or gold bars from Egypt like Bob Menendez, the senator from New Jersey,
Or
But
$400 million Teslas.
So that was a Biden contract, which Trump.
No, we won't go there. We won't go
We
there.
won't go there. We
So,
won't go
so,
there.
so
but
we won't go there. That's
How-
off for later.
but-
We'll cut
yeah.
this out.
we might keep. Well, I'll keep it second,
No.
and then we'll
Back-
just.
Back to Invincible season 2.
Speaking of Invincible,
He chucks a Tesla at somebody at one point in this episode, I feel.
no, he doesn't. Does he? Is it a Cybertruck or? Oh no, you're just fucking with me. Okay, dude. If a Cybertruck showed up in Invincible,
Yo, that would be the
right back.
funniest cut ever.
that would be so
Oh my
fun.
gosh.
So we follow Cecil's story here.
Yeah,
and we
that's
find
it.
out
That's the whole story.
we see how he first
burns
meets.
all his skin off. That's
Yep.
gross.
And he saves just that little bit.
Dude, what a save the cat. This is a hardcore save the cat moment. And for our listeners who don't know what save the cat is, it is a part in the storyline, the plot, the movie, the TV show, wherever you're watching, where the good guy does a small heroic act for you to fall in love with him, aka saving a cat out of a tree. It comes from like Superman or some dumb shit like that. So we see how Cecil has saved the cat, right? Risked his own life. His little skin melted off him. And we see the character in him that he only had one piece of flesh left that was his own, and he wanted to keep it. He wanted to keep that scar. Like, I find that
You know the guy who
horrible.
wrote Save the Cat, like I think like I lived in like the first like chapter, and he's like he was sort of like, what sets this screenwriting book apart from other screenwriting books that I've actually sold a screenplay. And you know what he sold?
What is that?
Blank check.
What is that? I've never even heard of it.
Exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
It was like this 90s. I actually
No,
I've
shut
seen
up.
it.
Shut up. I love that movie as a kid, and when you're watching it as an adult, it is
No
it is
way.
It is super fucking
But
creepy.
do you really think like
It's
the
super
author of
creepy.
Save the Cat should brag about that being like his?
Right. So
I think
Blank
his other
Check
movie,
ends with an
his other
FBI
movie,
agent kissing a young boy.
yeah, it's awful.
All right.
It's
It's
What the
horrible.
fuck?
and he's like
Not
bragging
even
about
joking.
his
It's one
other
of those
movie.
things.
I think the other movie I think he wrote was from him off a train with
So he works for Disney
DeVito?
now.
I guess I don't know. But yeah,
So-
I just thought I want to mention that. But I'm sure
Don't
it's a
throw
great
him off
film.
for the train. Arnold Schwarzenegger pretended like he wanted to be part of that movie to trick Sylvester Stallone.
Yes, I love
Like
that
that.
story. It's
Oh,
one of my
really?
And
favorite
so
Hollywood.
Sylvester Stallone took it, and it's one of the worst movies of the 90s.
Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is this Blake Snyder? Is who you're talking about? Blake Snyder, Save the Cat, the last
Yeah.
screenwriting, the
Yeah,
last
yeah,
book
look
on
at
screenwriting
his-
you'll ever need.
Look at the screen. Yeah, look at the screenwriting credits.
Just imagine just being so bold. The last, I mean, I guess you're trying to sell books, but the last screenwriting book you'll ever need.
The guy from the writer of Blank Check. Well, actually,
Right, so-
it's actually he did not write "Throw Mom from the Train." He wrote "Stop or My Mom Will Shoot,"
Shoot, yeah, I was gonna say Blank Check or Stop.
which
or My
also
Mom Will
has
Shoot.
Sylvester Stallone.
1992 and 1994. Dedications:
Yeah, yeah.
How to Train Your Dragons. DreamWorks 2010 was dedicated to Snyder, and Whispers Underground by Ben Aronovich was dedicated to him as well. Bro, How to Train Your Dragons has turned into an incredibly successful franchise.
Oh,
I
he actually
think
died. Huh.
They have like a real life, a real life adaptation. I think that's coming out, or if it hasn't come out already. That's wild. He died.
Like 2009. It's been a long time.
Wow. Especially since there's 1, 2, 3, 4 versions of Save the Cat that's come out since 2009. That's a big bummer.
Hmm.
Well, I wonder if he's related to Zack Snyder.
Wait, Forrest, do you have this
That's-
book in your library at home?
No, I think I listened to the audible preview, and that was it. That's as far as I got.
No, he died unexpectedly.
I have listened.
as
I have
a
listened to the story by Robert McGee.
He had a heart attack. Died unexpectedly.
That was a pretty common surname. I doubt they're related,
He's
but
51 years old and he died of a heart attack. What a bummer.
Yeah, dude. I mean, if you don't exercise and eat right, well,
well, I don't know if he was out of shape. Might have been like a genetic hereditary thing.
Oh,
We don't know if he was like unhealthy.
Right? There's a lot of things you can do.
I mean, there was like who was that runner who died of a heart attack while running? You know, things happen.
Me? I feel like I'm dying of a heart attack every time I fucking run. God damn it, dude. Kids, don't smoke. Don't fucking do it. Ever. It's the worst. We used to all run 12 miles
And the
together
best.
on Sunday, and then now I'm like, 12 what? Yeah, I'll drive 12 miles on a
Migs?
Sunday
Okay.
if you make me. Anyway, this episode was great, but it was kind of like I want to get into the better episodes 3 and 4. I guess we'll do that next week. So make sure to subscribe. Follow down below, comment what you thought about the episode. Unless you guys have any last final thoughts. I mean, really, the Cecil episode was good. I enjoyed it. Mark was being a little bit of a bitch, although a strong motherfucker who tore through all the D.A. Sinclair robots quite easily. If I remember, he had a lot
Aren't
of...
they called Reanimen?
Yeah, Reanimen, something like that. Yeah. So...
well, if you remember, Major, Mark has been training as well.
He's 138% stronger. You are fucking right.
Right.
Thank you. That's why you guys subscribe to the podcast, and that's why you'll watch next week while we go over episodes 3 and 4 and 5, maybe.
Yeah.
Now, but Mark has not been. We haven't actually seen Mark's strength tested yet in this season, like fully. Like he
No.
hasn't really come up with, it's just
But
like
next week
weekly
we'll
components.
see his heart being tested as he goes after Adam Eve.
That's right. That's right.
All right,
Love
Forrest,
is in
sign
the
us
air.
off.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We're gonna have more Invincible content next few weeks. Sucks that the season's like almost. The season's great so far from what I've seen. It's just a shame that it's gonna be over in like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I think less than that.
Blinking,
It's only
you miss it.
eight episodes, right?
Yeah. So
we're
it's
on
like it's already
5 next
halfway done. So it's like
Mhm.
you know,
But that's what this
it's gonna be
podcast
here
is
and it's gonna
for.
be gone.
We are dragging this season out as long as possible for you, the fans. Not
We're gonna have to
scheduling
wait 2 years
issues,
next one.
but for you. Yeah, so you can enjoy the season as long as possible.
But yeah, right after Invincible Daredevil, I think.
Woo! Daredevil. Matt, 2 thumbs up? Not 1 thumb up, 1 side thumb?
Not 2 horns up.
I am interested because I really did like the Netflix
Netflix?
Daredevil.
Yeah,
Netflix
And
Daredevil is nothing like this. This is gonna.
it's literally
this
better
could be
than
crazier,
anything
right?
else you've
Exactly.
done.
It's gonna be better.
You want to think so? So like the reviews are in for Captain America and the Red Hulk or
Brave New
whatever.
World.
Yeah, not good.
I mean,
Yeah,
that
the
movie was
reviews
just like it's
have been
like
bad.
they didn't know what they wanted. They wanted it to be like
They had
heavily political
20,000
at first,
reshoots. Yeah.
and then they tried to reshoot it, like make it not so political, and then it just kind of like the movie just sort of became pointless. It seems so. And like Red Hulk was only in it for like 3 minutes, I think. So, yeah.
I would be remiss if we didn't finish out the episode about a little fun fact about this Blake Snyder character. He sold his first screenplay in 1898 called Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. He sold it for $500,000 in a bidding war. And in
1898? Wait, do you mean like 1988?
1989.
Okay.
Sorry, that's it.
Okay.
1989.
No. It's got to be like it had to be the late 80s because that movie came out in 92. You said 1999.
1989.
Okay.
I thought you said
1989.
1889.
Yeah, sorry.
Do you have COPD?
It's like
on here?
movies weren't a thing, Major.
They definitely were. They just might not have been on the silver screen.
I mean, the earliest might be like 1902. I don't know, like The Man in the Moon. But
I'm sorry. Did Kubrick?
what about
Anyway,
Blake Snyder?
Fun fact. Yes, he sold for $500,000, and in which the film in 1992 won the Golden Raspberry Award for worst screenplay. So
And
just
he's an authority on
very bad.
screenplaying. Yeah.
So apparently he's as bad at screenplays as I am at reading Wikipedia articles.
Well, his books. He made a better living writing about screenplays than actually writing one.
Oh, wow, yeah. In 2018, it was on its 34th printing, according to Amazon.
Yeah.
That's what happens
I
when
recommend.
you allow too much analysis into creativity. He probably had a more analytical brain, and
Analysis paralysis.
I'd recommend Story by Robert McKee. That's kind of like the one I've read, and it's pretty good. I mean, at least it helped me
But did you sell a
with the
screenplay?
structure. No, I have not. So I can't. I cannot, according to Blake Snyder,
Can't write a book yet.
give any advice
Forrest.
on.
not yet.
Not yet. That's the key word, guys.
Although I haven't-
and if you
I
have
maybe-
not yet
yeah.
subscribed to the podcast, feel free to do so. Hopefully you're watching us on YouTube at Zeitgeist Zealots. We're also there on Instagram, same handle, Zeitgeist Zealots. If not, check us out on X or TikTok. It's back thanks to our overlord Trump. You can find us there at Z Zealots Podcast. Don't forget, Trump also is the one who proposed the TikTok ban.